When the Rattlers were 4-4 at the midpoint of the season, the San Diego Strike Force and Northern Arizona Wranglers were the teams ahead of them. On top of Bay Area and Vegas, that is. And after a Week 13 victory in San Diego, the Arizona Rattlers headed home for a Week 14 matchup with the Northern Arizona Wranglers, who they have not played since Week 1 of the season. Unfortunately, I was at a concert that night, so once again, I did not get to watch this game. There was no condensed game for this, however, I do have it open in another tab, and I will be watching it at 2x speed. The Arizona Rattlers start off with the ball, they go 4 and out, and then the Wranglers, about 8 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the first quarter, a 20-yard pass from Josh Jones and John Molinado, drop kick fails, 6-0 Northern Arizona. Arizona answers back, and they answer back quickly. Just one play, Corey Reed Jr., a 33-yard touchdown. The Rattlers take their first lead of the night, 7-6. Not to be outdone, also a one-play drive, RZ McCorker, a 46-yard touchdown from Josh Jones, 13-7. Northern Arizona takes the lead right back. Back and forth to start off. You like to see it. Corey Reed Jr., another touchdown, 17-yard pass. Rattlers hit the lead back 14-13 at that point. And on the following kickoff, the Arizona Rattlers stop Northern Arizona within their own 5-yard line. I think the spot of the ball was at the 2 or 3 yard line. Really solid special teams work by the Rattlers there. It would remain 14-13 at the end of the first quarter. On a 4th and 1, Devontae Merriweather makes the stop, turnover on downs, and the Rattlers get the ball back. It only took him one play. Shannon Brooks, who did not play in the last game, 2-yard rushing touchdown, extending the lead 21-13. Northern Arizona gets the ball back, and primarily off the legs of Josh Jones, they do push the ball forward. However, Dylan Winfrey, what's that, his second interception in 2 weeks, picks off the pass in the end zone, and the Rattlers get the ball back. After a 6-play, about 4-minute drive, Shannon Brooks, his second touchdown of the night, back-to-back touchdowns actually, 7-yard run, making it 28-13, and the Arizona Rattlers extend that lead. Northern Arizona did answer back, about 2-play, 20-yard drive, and 11-yard touchdown to Maldonado, making it 28-20, but the Rattlers still maintain that 8-point lead. With about 4.5 minutes to go in the first half, Corey Reed Jr., a 24-yard touchdown, making it 35-20, and that would actually be the lead the Arizona Rattlers head into halftime with. The Rattlers would only be outscored by the Wranglers in one quarter, and it's the quarter we're about to talk about, the third. Starts off with a Josh Jones run, making it 35-28. Before Shannon Brooks, his third touchdown of the night, that one being a 9-yard run, makes it 42-28. With 1 minute 23 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, Kobe White, a 7-yard run, making it 42-35, and the Arizona Wranglers trying to keep pace here. And spoiler alert, they would, as the teams would exchange touchdowns 2 more times. Shannon Brooks with 9 minutes and 4 seconds to go, making it 49-35. Kobe White again at 6 minutes and 48 seconds to make it 49-41. Nair Jackson, a 7-yard touchdown with about 5 minutes to go, making it 56-41. Before, with about 2 minutes to go in the game, RZ McCorker, a 5-yard run with a successful drop kick afterwards, giving us the final 56-49. And the Arizona Rattlers not only are on a 4-game winning streak at that point, undefeated in the second half of the season, not only getting the monkey off their back of beating teams that are at 500 or better, but they did it in back-to-back weeks, and that was more than enough to put them above both San Diego and Northern Arizona at that point in the West, making them the 3rd best team in the West. That would not last past the next week, however, we're not at that game yet. Let's go ahead and talk about the individuals. Dalton Sneed, 13 for 19, much more accurate, 197 yards, 7 touchdowns. I have no comments. That is what you do. You have a struggling game against San Diego, questionable decision making, some bad passes, 3 interceptions. You shut up, you go to work, and you have a performance like that. Phenomenal job by Dalton Sneed. He also had 34 rushing yards. Shannon Brooks, 14 attempts, 33 yards, and a touchdown. Oh, did I forget to mention that only one of Shannon Brooks' touchdowns were on the ground? That's my bad. On the receiving end of the ball, Corey Reed Jr., 5 receptions, 100 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Again, the entire time he's been back, phenomenal. Nair Jackson, 3 receptions, 48 yards, and a touchdown. Jamal Miles, 2 receptions, 26 yards. And Shannon Brooks, 3 receptions, 21 yards, 3 touchdowns. Every single reception was money for him. Defense for the Rattlers, there were a couple of key plays. Dylan Winfrey, 1 interception, also had a pass breakup. Although I'm going to assume that when you have an interception and a pass breakup, it counts as both. Jermaine Dobbs had 2 pass breakups. Savon Lowry and Kevin Sims Jr. both had half sacks, but there were 5 total tackles for loss. 1.5 going to Trey Farrell, 1 going to Rashad Marshawn Yates, one going to Amari Alexander, and then of course Savon Lowry and Kevin Sims Jr. San Diego in the previous week were 6-4 heading into the matchup. Northern Arizona were 7-3 heading into this matchup. The Arizona Rattlers, when they needed to get wins against these better teams, and they needed to show what they were made of in the second half of the season, they showed up. And I think that's respectable. The Arizona Rattlers 4-game winning streak, half of those were against winning teams, not just 500. They were both above 500 by at least 2 games. Solid, good teams that were ahead of them. They made up some groundwork and got themselves right back where they need to be for the playoff push. With that out of the way, I have one more game to cover before I am fully caught up, and I will see you shortly.